Yeah, you're saying it right. Your boys for prize picks. Put in $5. Win or lose, you get $50 back. It's free bread, man. Go ahead and get the free bread at Prize Picks, baby. Use code CDotty when you making your account. CDotty. YouTube. With YouTube, your boy CDotty. Today we got this was a generational mistake by that boy Jimmy High Rollers. Now, you know, we watch every Jimmy High Rollers video. This one he's talking about how the Mavericks GM traded that Luka to LeBron and the Lakers. So we're gonna see what he got to say about it. See the science behind it, the statistics behind it. The fuck. Let's see what he got to say about it, man. Let's get into the video.
This is the 2024 Dallas Mavericks, a team that accomplished what many teams could only hope for. They made it to the NBA Finals. Now, if ever in this position, most organizations will just run it back the next season. Keep the same core group of players, possibly make a few tweaks here and there, but when it's proven to work, the last thing you want is big, drastic changes. But not the Dallas Mavericks, because out of every big, drastic change you could possibly conjure up, they've gone through every single one of them. Out of the 14 players on this championship caliber team you see here, only 2 of them are currently active on their roster.
Damn.
As we speak, the Mavericks had a winning formula, but decided it wasn't enough. It is a mess around and find out of biblical proportions, and a trade that initially felt like the most shocking and inexcusable transaction in NBA history has somehow turned out to be a whole lot worse.
Oh, no. Uh-oh. Oh, I don't feel good about that. Nope.
That's tough. Lakers did win the trade, though. Hey, but we skipping those. We already know the SeatGeek. Yeah, we already know that. We're not new here.
Once I buy my SeatGeek, I have the code % off 25 minutes. 25 measly little minutes. This is the total amount of time Anthony Davis and Kyrie Irving played on the floor together this season.
Damn.
It was a marvelous 25 minutes and a glimpse at just how good Dallas could be in the post-Luka era. What would ensue over the next month is a series of events that would make even the most rational, level-headed sports fans believe in curses. 5 weeks ago, when the Mavericks traded away Luka Doncic, the general consensus was that Dallas was trading away their future to win now. How in a matter of 5 weeks they've sacrificed both is a tale that will be told for generations. Since trading away their golden ticket, Dallas has lost Anthony Davis for the rest of the season to a thigh injury. They lost Daniel Gafford to an MCL sprain. In a 3-day span, they lost PJ Washington and Jaden Hardy to ankle injuries.
Oh, Jaden Hardy got injured?
And Kyrie Irving out for the rest of the season after tearing an ACL.
He might miss some of next year.
Their rotation gone. And no generational super mega star to carry the load in the meantime. Under any other circumstance, a wave of injuries like this would be unbelievably bad luck. And that's really what it is, just sheer bad luck. But it sure doesn't feel like it. Now, I'm not a superstitious person. Everything that happens can be attributed to some rhyme and reason, some cause and effect.
Hey, what y'all hating on NICO for? NICO's a good fucking guy. NICO know what he doing, nigga. The NBA revolves around LeBron. He said, hey, we want niggas to keep watching, nigga. We got to put Luka with LeBron James, bro. That's what he did. I respect you. Appreciate that, NICO.
To throw your franchise player out of the building and call him a fat, lazy heathen before slamming the door in his face.
Y'all was body shaming the Mavs.
A little bit more like
the Mavs was body shaming Luke
than we could have imagined. Last season, the Mavericks roster played a total of 18,134 minutes on the court. That's the combined minutes of every player on their roster throughout the regular season. As of this week, only 10% of those minutes are on their active roster. 10%. That means 90% of all minutes from last season are not currently active or playing for the Dallas Mavericks.
That's crazy.
And many of these players will continue to be out for considerable time, if not the rest of the season. The returning 10% of playing time comes from their backup center, the 8th man, and a man that's been on a 2-way contract for the last 2 seasons. If you have a Mavericks fan in your life, check on them. See how they're doing. Because what has happened to them and their team is criminal.
It's tough.
Only consolation
I don't even know if they out there no more. They've been on hush mode.
In the near future, the Mavericks would be in title contention with Kyrie and Davis. That they would be winning games while the Lakers were prepping Luka to take the torch from LeBron before he retires. This couldn't be further from reality. From the start of the season to the infamous
Nico's a good
trade,
guy, bro.
The Lakers and Mavericks were just a 1.5 apart in net rating. Even without Luka in their lineup for over a month, Dallas was playing better than LA. But since Luka's first game with the Lakers, LA has the 7th best net rating in the NBA of +6.4, and the Mavericks have a net rating of -8.2. The 3rd worst in the entire league. The Lakers look like legitimate contenders right now, winning 12 of their last 15 games. The Mavericks can hardly field a full roster at the moment. Since Luka's debut in LA, the Lakers are
Luka.
plus 117 in point differential. In that same time, the Mavericks are a -125. Not only did Dallas mortgage their future,
the difference is we got Luka, y'all don't. And the shit we gave y'all for Luka is not there, man. Hey, it's tough. It is what it is, man.
They inadvertently.
But the main thing that matters is LeBron has Luka, so don't even worry about it. Y'all sacrifice yourself for the greater good. So it is what it is. Appreciate y'all, Mavs.
Sacrifice the present.
LeBron gave y'all a ring back in 2011 or some shit. LeBron gave y'all a ring, so this is his returning favor. Thank you, Mavs.
And to literally add insult to injury, the Mavericks front office and ownership has taken zero accountability for the shoddy decisions they've made throughout all of this. In fact, they've doubled down, insisting Luka was not fit to be the future of their franchise. But the real kicker to all of this is that in the one game that we saw how this team was intended to look,
facts.
They played great. Even after Anthony Davis went down, Kyrie Irving stepped up and played some of the best basketball of his entire career, averaging 31 and 6 a game and carrying the offensive load for Dallas. But to pull this off, the Mavs had to play Kyrie far more than he ever has. Over the last month and a half, Kyrie played the most minutes per game of any player in the entire league, not out of desire, but out of necessity. The Mavs needed him to play as much as possible in the absence of Luka and then AD. Over that same time span, in the 5 games Kyrie didn't play and in the one he left early due to injury, the Mavericks went 1-5 and lost by an average margin of more than 20 points. It's impossible to know if Kyrie's injury was exacerbated by the excess minutes he was spending on the court. But playing an aging 33-year-old injury-prone point guard more minutes than he's ever played before feels like a catalyst. Losing AD in his first game with the team felt like the worst-case scenario. And then Dallas lost half of their roster, and then they lost the player who was single-handedly keeping them afloat. Which brings us here.
So now
and with the Dallas Mavericks team that doesn't share an ounce of DNA.
Look at that roster. Oh my gosh.
Just last season. Now, you hate to see any player get injured, regardless of the circumstance. The health of the players takes precedence over everything else that's going on. But the Mavericks specifically cited Luka's health as a major concern and one of the main reasons why they didn't see a future with him. The fact that directly following these statements, the Mavericks have been hit with one of the worst injury plagues we've seen in recent history, while Luka is absolutely obliterating every team he faces on 2 healthy legs, is a level of irony that is almost too strange to even believe. As if the basketball gods are punishing them for the rash and brazen treatment of their former star. A curse. When in reality, this
Nico saved the NBA.
Is the result of trading away your best player, swapping
That's the title of the video.
Often injured, working your remaining best player into the ground, and stumbling into a stretch of bad luck with absolutely no recourse. Right now, the outcry from Mavericks fans.
I'm not gonna lie, Nico low-key cooked. Like, even though y'all got rid of Luka, y'all still had a good-ass, big-ass team that could have won. Y'all just got unfortunate everybody got injured. It's not like Nico just got some bullshit for Luka. Y'all still got that AD. Like, don't get it twisted now. Y'all still got the nigga AD.
Enough to make anyone want to go and protest with them. You know it's bad when Wizards fans are offering you their condolences. Through no fault of their own and against their wishes. In mere months, they went from cheering on Luka and Kyrie in the NBA Finals to watching their team dissipate and be reduced to rubble. And yet, despite their disappointment for how all of this has unfolded, Maverick fans are still as steady and passionate as ever, sticking by a franchise that has completely undermined them and their loyalty.
Show AD some respect, man.
Week, the Mavericks offered their fans a token of appreciation, a gift to alleviate the recent betrayal they were put through by raising ticket prices 8%. Truly a masterclass of basketball mismanagement spearheaded by the worst trade in modern sports history.
Bro, y'all finna have nobody up there, nigga. What the fuck? Y'all gonna have Nico and his friends. Hey, Nico, you said the NBA, bro. Appreciate that. For that nigga. Luka. But don't get it twisted. Y'all got that nigga. AD and right, AD, Kyrie, them niggas. I promise you, if that team was healthy, they would be scary. They would have been scary, but hey, it's tough. The injuries are just tough, man. I'm out this bitch, nigga. LeBron's injured too.